like us better when we're wasted.
8:44, I've been looking forward to this segment since I heard that Chef Don Guthro was going to be coming on from the North Shore Culinary School, because we're talking about food waste. It's lovefoodhatewaste.ca, right?
Yes, correct.
So that's where we can go for lots of information as we're going through these rather quickly, because we're going to cover off a lot in the next few minutes. But let's start with the fridge. What are the fridge mistakes?
A lot of times people put the cream or the milk in the door. The coldest part of the fridge is actually in the back. So try to put your cream or your milk or your cheese and etc. in the back part of the fridge.
The things that get spoiled quickly and easily. So looking at this graphics, okay, so we want the milk and the dairy, center, back, but the eggs. I thought the eggs go in the door.
No, I would put them in towards the back of the fridge on one side, because the air will move in a circular motion inside the fridge. The door is actually the warmest part of the fridge.
Okay, so our meat compartment that has the cheeses and sort of salamis isn't where we keep our raw meats.
No,
right.
You keep the raw meats on the lower shelf, and you can kind of keep them separate from everything. Keep your vegetables in one crisper and fruit in another crisper.
And why is that?
Ethanol comes out of fruits, so it'll actually ripen anything that's around it. Mostly apples, so we take apples and we actually put them in a Tupperware container, or we put them in a bag.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
See? Ding. There's lesson number one. Let's talk about food waste. How do we avoid all of the waste? Like, the numbers are astounding.
Tomatoes, for example.
Yes.
Everybody cuts off the end. The best thing to do is just take your knife, stick it in, and just rotate it around and take the core out.
Right? You're paring night. There's your tomato waste instead of what some people do, which is just boom.
Yeah. And then when we slice the tomato, we've got the whole tomato that we can use.
So just, whoops.
Oh, actually,
hold on. There we go.
There you go.
And just right around the core.
Perfect.
Right?
Yeah.
Get in there. Pop.
And then you're using all of the tomato rather than throwing something away.
And you've got a way to food hack the peppers as well. Yeah. There's a right way to cut peppers?
In the industry, we do it a different way, but at home, just simple, just down the center.
Right.
And then you just scoop out the center.
Just give it a little bit of that.
And when you store, let's say you're only using half of a pepper in the fridge. Yeah. When you store this one, just put it in a Tupperware container or put it in a Ziploc bag.
Without taking this out? Without
taking it out, because it actually will prolong the longevity of the pepper.
Really?
Right, for 3, 4, 5 days.
Fun facts.
Yes. So it's really, really simple.
Are you going to slice this? No, we're going to keep this over here. Okay, so let's talk bananas.
Bananas. Simple little thing. Everybody, they ripen really quickly on the counter. Yep. Take a piece of plastic or cellophane, wrap it around the end like this, and it actually will stop the gas from coming out, and then you can keep it ripe for another 4 or 5 days.
That explains why they sell them like that. I never understood.
The organic ones, they started doing that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, good tip.
Mangoes. When they start, we purchased the mangoes, and they were a little off on the outside. So what we do is let them ripen. We'll peel them, slice off the meat, put it in a Ziploc bag, put it in the freezer.
Frozen mango.
Frozen mango.
Your smoothie just got so much better. Okay, let's talk about best before dates as well. Well, what other food hacks do you want for us?
We can talk about best before dates.
Because I'm dying to know, because I've got two schools in my family. I've got my parents, who will leave things in their fridge for weeks and then eat them. And then I've got those who are like, this ground beef expired yesterday, we can't eat it.
Well, the first thing you need to do is you need to smell it.
Right.
That's the first thing. If you store your milk properly or your cream properly in the fridge, it will actually, I did an experiment in the fridge at home, and I've had the cream still fine a month after the due date.
Right.
If it's stored properly.
It's stored properly. But if you smell it and it smells sour, and then clearly throw the cream away.
Or you try it.
Yes.
Just sample it. You don't want it to curdle in your coffee when you have coffee in the morning. No. And it's the same thing for milk, yogurt, sour cream, anything that dairy, just keep it towards the back of the fridge.
I've used sour cream a good month and a half after. I figure if it doesn't have mold on the top, it's sour cream.
It'll separate.
Right.
And then, if it separates, then you just have to be careful that you drop off the water and you can use whatever's underneath.
Okay, so the meats. Are we super careful still with the chicken, beef, and pork? Is that a smell test as well? Because I know fish is very if it smells fishy, it's bad.
I'm one of those individuals. If you're not going to use it right away, portion it out and freeze portion of it, and then you only use what you need. Because we have a tendency to go to the grocery store and overbuy.
Way too much.
And when you go home, you kind of have a plan. Like, that's where Love Food Hate Waste website's really good, because they help you with menu planning. They help you with tips. There's all the videos on there, and then you can also look at how to store
That's the
properly.
key, right?
Yeah.
You got to have those Ziplocs ready to go for the mango. We love your information, Chef. Thank you for that. Love food, hatewaste.ca. Check it out. We're going to have you back to talk about the North Shore Cooking School, so you can tell us all about your initiatives there as well.